6 Days is another Netflix original movie. It stars Mark Strong, Jamie Bell, Abbie Cornish, and it is based around the true story which happened in 1980 involving 6 terrorists who stormed the Iranian consulate in London and held the place hostage for 6 days as the world waited in bated breath to see what was going to happen. This is a behind the scenes of what actually happened, how the police were dealing with it, and the SAS team that were waiting to storm the building. It is a story that I vaguely knew, briefly. I knew that people stormed it and there was a hostage crisis. That is about as much as I knew going into this movie. And I've got to say, straight off the bat, the movie wastes no time at all, just getting straight to the action. The movie opens with the 6 terrorists storming the Iranian consulate and taking everything under control, just taking it hostage, alerting the media, the news, and just, holding up there. Then we get to meet Jamie Bell. He's part of the SAS group and his team who are running drills in this warehouse. And Abbie Cornish's news reporter, Katie, is outside of the premises, just happens to be there as this kicks off and has the story of a lifetime. Then we are introduced to Mark Strong's character of Max, who is going to be the hostage negotiator for this event. These are the sort of main players that are going on throughout the movie. There are other characters that come in and out of the story, but this is very much a by the numbers kind of dramatisation of a true life event. I'm sure they've taken some liberties with it and that's fair enough, but this is actually a very good movie. I was surprised by how much I enjoyed it. You really get a feel for all the characters, which is strange because you only get small tidbits with them. You get Mark Strong's character of Max, who all the way through this is just trying to talk things through, calm the situation, work it around so everybody ends out alive, and that's his main aim. And at the end of the movie, you get a small moment with this character as he kind of breaks down, just realises what's happened, the sort of traumatic event of these 6 days that have had on him, pressure-wise. And it's nice little touches like this that are added all the way through the movie. You get Jamie Bell's character, who's part of this SAS team, just waiting to infiltrate this building. Just that's all they want to do. They are a coiled spring waiting to attack, and it's quite good watching how the bureaucracy behind it all. You have all these people in meetings discussing how they're going to breach the building if certain things arrive, and the guys have to go away, quickly assemble a makeshift sort of maze or place, whether it be a bus, a room, the building, how they're going to breach it in various angles and run through the scenario several times. And it's kind of funny that they have to do this so many times, but it just shows you the sheer effort and the pent-up tension that everybody has. Everybody is on edge, just waiting for the events to unfold the way that they hope they're not really going to happen, but probably will. You don't spend much time with the terrorists or with the hostages inside the building, and that's fine because most of the action and the tension is kept outside, and we've seen lots of things before where it's all about the prisoners and how they're coping inside, but this is nice to see it all from a sort of police work, bureaucracy type of level. And there is lots of things like that in it. There is, like I said, meetings with high-level politicians and police and army as they're all arguing over the best course of action and the best way to deal with things. And it's super tense and pretty exciting. Now, I wasn't sure how this movie was going to end because, like I said, I had a vague recollection of the actual events, but it turned out to be quite a tense, quite an exciting, thrilling end to this, and it doesn't go to plan, which probably makes sense because nothing really goes to plan throughout the whole of this for anybody. It just kind of evolves into its own thing, and all the performances are actually rather good. I kind of liked the characters. I liked a lot of the set things that the movie does, the way it's filmed, the way it looks. One of the best things is this awesome score that just drives the tension, the paranoia, the fear all the way through the movie. Right from the start, it just builds and builds and builds, and a lot of that tension building is done in the music itself. I think 6 Days was actually a pretty good movie. I wasn't expecting much. I was surprised, I was interested, it was quick, it did what it had to do and got out fairly quickly as well. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5. I think it's definitely worth a watch. Whether you're into these kind of movies or not, I think it's fairly interesting, it's fairly entertaining, and it's definitely worth your time. So if you've seen it, let me know in the comment box below what you thought of 6 Days, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.